Okay, so hello and welcome to yet another Gaming Masters video. So today I'm going to be providing another episode of our series called Inbox. Inbox is a series where we play games that we might not necessarily have played before or have received for free, whether it be a review code or whether it be a free game on games with gold, or it was just a free title because it was play for free, for example. So today we're going to be focusing on Coffin Dodgers, which is a game available on PS4 and Xbox One, and I believe also PC. It's a indie racing game, and my opinion of Coffin Dodgers personally is, yeah, it's a fun, interesting concept. However, it isn't really designed for consoles or PC, personally. It's more of a mobile game. I think that the optimization that the game has on PS4 is poor. I think that the way that the game has been portrayed as such, because it's the racing basically you're racing around the preset track, sometimes streets, loads of different locations, and you're basically racing around, and you can pick up boosts, you can pick up weapons. It's the Mario Kart of modern day with people in wheelchairs. You're racing wheelchairs around with old people generally as the characters, and you're basically racing them around a few streets, knocking them off their wheelchairs and shooting missiles at them. I don't find it particularly fun, if I must be honest. It's poorly optimized for PS4, and it seems to be, as I previously stated, a mobile. It will work on mobile games. It's for a young audience that would be playing a game on a tablet or on a phone or an iPod Touch, for example. And I mean, I understand why they ported it over to console, because it can work on console, but the way that they've implemented it on console doesn't seem to have worked. It's really hard to describe, because when you're racing around the tracks, the controls are your standard racing controls, so there are no issues with that. You're going to be racing around, going through these checkpoints, which are these blue circles on the ground of the track, and you're going to be going up ramps, you're going to be hitting into things, you're going to be picking up boosts, you're going to be picking up weapons, etc. And as it's an indie game, the graphics aren't always going to be particularly good, especially with an indie game that is supposed to be racing. So it's not going to be your Forza 6 kind of racing game. The kind of art style that they've gone is... The art style that they have gone is a very comic book-esque, it's not comic book-esque in the sketching, a little bit rough around the edges as such, but it's a 3D colourful racing game, and yeah, it's okay to play for 10-15 minutes. I couldn't really play much more than 10 to 15 minutes. I'm not sure if that was because of the optimization on the platform I was playing, or whether it was just because it was more of a mobile game and it didn't seem to work particularly well on console. However, the variety and the different characters that you have that you can race with seem to be fairly wide. The not the opportunities as such, but the different races and things like that seem to be interesting, different objectives and circuits. the way that the kind of like speed of the vehicles seems to be. I think that part of the problem is there wasn't much variety in gameplay because it was fairly easy, which is possibly as to why it felt a bit. Well, one of the reasons as to why it felt more of a mobile game, because you could start at the back of the grid, you'd be at the front by the first corner, and then you have no issues, like, at all. They don't really challenge you. It wasn't challenging like Forza 6 or especially Project Cars. So I felt that replayability wasn't particularly high. I think that might be part of the reason as to why I didn't play a huge amount of it. However, I don't have anything against the concept as such. I think that if I played it on a mobile platform, or if it was released on a mobile platform, I'm not 100% sure if it is on a mobile platform, I think that would be a lot more enjoyable, because tell you what a good comparison of it is, in the aspects of graphics and gameplay. It's a racing version of Temple Run. You follow a course, you're going to be picking things up, you've got to do jumps, you've got to get to checkpoints, and you're going to be doing similar things. Sometimes it can get addictive, sometimes you just get bored of it and uninstall it. So that's kind of like my opinion of Coffin Dodgers. I didn't have extremely high hopes for it, but I was expecting more. I think that there could be a bit more variety in the gameplay. The way that the game has been put together, the way that the variety and replayability isn't as high as it could be, I think was the disappointing part primarily for me. I mean, I would suggest that you go and check it out. It's not an extortionate price tag, so if you just wanted a game to pass some time, for example, that was simple and easy to understand, and possibly something that you could play once in a while when you had to, I don't know, you're waiting for something to, I don't know, like you were waiting for a phone call or something, or you were just sitting around and wanted a bit of a change of scene as such at a different game, or not watch TV. Yeah, it would be an interesting game to pass time, but I wouldn't be putting, personally, I haven't put in more than an hour, because I physically couldn't, because of the stability. There were a lot of frame rate issues, which was a shame, and that can be fixed in a patch. Don't worry about that, I'm sure it will be. The overall gameplay just didn't really suit the platform that I was playing it on, I think. It's really hard to describe. It worked, but it didn't work. The game had a really good concept. It had been put together very well, and it had the variety of characters and different gameplay options, but it wasn't on the right platform for that to be maximized its full potential. That's what I am trying to say. But if you do want to check it out, do want to have a play around with Coffin Dodgers, do go and check it out on the Xbox One and the PS4 store. I believe it's also out on PC. Yes, it is, for £9. If you do want a little bit of a demo, you can get the demo version. It's been on PC since July 2015, so they've been working on it for a little bit now, and it's just come out on PC, Xbox One and PS4, sorry. So do go and check it out. If you're not too sure, I suggest you try out the demo on the PC version. I've just checked as well, it's not on mobile platforms, which is a shame. If it was on mobile platforms, it would be a lot more fun. But thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, follow, and of course, as always, subscribe. It's very much appreciated, and we shall see you in the next video.